So you're in a personal year 2. This is a year that's all about collaboration, intuition, and cultivating your intuition, and a deeper connection to not just yourself, but the people around you. If life feels like it's shifting, it's because it is. Every year activates a new personal year cycle in numerology. It's a divine reset that really shapes your next year. In this 9-part series, we're going to be understanding what your personal year cycle is bringing forward for you and what your personal frequency will be this year. So let's dive into your personal year and really understand what your higher self is guiding you into. Hi guys, my name is Heather Ness. I'm an intuitive and a numerologist, and this channel is all about understanding yourself in the deepest way possible, which allows you to understand the world around you in a very deep way. If you're interested in things like numerology, astrology, human design, intuition, Akashic records, all of these amazing magical things, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. It's going to allow you to be notified next time I upload a video. It's also going to help support me in building a collective of people that really want to understand themselves on the deepest way possible. And if that is you, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. If you're enjoying this video, please hit a thumbs up on the video. And share it with someone that you feel should know what the next year's frequency is for them. Also, before we go any further, I want to let you know that if you really want to understand your personal year on a level that is going to allow you to begin to plan out what your next year has ahead for you, you're going to want to pick up one of my personal year planners. It is a 60-page, month-by-month, in-depth understanding of what this personal year is bringing about. It's going to allow you to be able to really plan and take advantage of the energy and the frequency that you happen to be holding this year in the most aligned way. So down in the description, I have added a link that if you'd like to pick up one of these personal year planners, click that link and definitely pick it up. It's going to help you have the most amazing year you've ever had. Also, I have just opened up one-on-one personal, what I call divine numerology numbers reading, and it is a combination between your personal numerology. We look at your numerology, we look at your personal year numerology, and I get 3 messages from the Akashic records, from your soul, from your higher self. And if it's something you're interested in doing, it is a 45-minute one-on-one Zoom reading that, if you choose, can be recorded. Make sure you click down below. I have a link right there for you to be able to book it. I do want you to know that I have limited availability, so if it is something you are interested in doing, make sure you click that button right now. I would hate for you to miss out on this. And if for some reason all of my spots are taken, it will default into a wait list, and I will notify you by email the moment my calendar opens up. So you'll have the first opportunity to be able to book in. I can't wait to go into this numerology, personal years. I will tell you, when I realized my personal year and what it was almost 3 years ago, it was absolutely crazy how accurate it is on understanding the frequency and energy that you're going to be having that year that you're either looking at or currently in. And if you go back historically and look, it is like eerily accurate. It's quite amazing that our soul chooses this kind of stuff. So now let's dive into what your personal year is. So you've entered a year 2. It comes right after your year 1, where you were taking bold action, where you were beginning to plant seeds of your next 9 years. And you were really looking internally and being bold and almost like very independent in your energy. And this 2 energy that's coming right now for you is an energy that softens you. It's an energy of like connection. It's an energy of harmony. It's an energy of balance. So it's really asking you to be more balanced in your approach. Last year, you were boldly planting those seeds. This is a year where we slow down and we start tending to those seeds. We start tending to those new ideas, those things that we've planted, those really exciting new manifestations that we're beginning to bring into our life. It's also a year where you will begin to feel a deep connection to your intuition and your inner knowing in a way that is like very soul aligned. It's also a beautiful year for love, for connection with the other. This is very, very balanced, loving energy. It's a year that you're going to find asked you to step into collaboration. Collaboration with your loved ones, collaboration with your career, collaboration in every aspect of your life. In year 2, you're going to find that relationships really become center stage. This is such a beautiful year that if you're looking for love, to really find love, and not just like temporary love, but like permanent love. This is a year where if you really open yourself up to connection, to love, to collaboration, you're going to be seriously rewarded. And it's also a year where it really asks you to slow down and listen to your inner voice or your inner compass. This is a year where if you haven't really been deeply connected to your intuition, it's going to ask you to really connect in with your soul and your higher knowledge. This is a year that really softens you and you begin to really feel inside what is really aligned for you in your life, and then also what isn't. A year 2 is really going to bring your life into harmony. It balances the scales of this bold, sort of like moving forward energy and this patient, more nurturing, harmonious energy. It's a beautiful blend from just coming off of a year 1. This is a year that really asks you to be patient and to trust in divine timing. This is a year where you're asked to continue to move forward with aligned action on whatever it is that you are moving your life into, right? From your year 1. But it's asking you to be more patient, understand that things happen in divine timing, and to really believe in that your higher self wants the success for you also. It's a year where we really tap into our intuition. It's a year where you might find that you have an internal awakening of understanding yourself and what makes you happy, and also an awakening in love. You're going to find in a year 2, you have a deep intuitive clarity. You have a deep understanding of who you are, and what you want in this really deep inner knowing kind of sense. You're also going to find in a year 2, you have many times like an emotional healing. This is not like the dark night of the soul type of healing, but this is like a very sensitive, very soft type of healing where you might make up with a family member that you haven't talked to in years. You might reconcile a friendship that you haven't had. It is a time in which your life becomes a lot more emotionally balanced and that your sensitivity to other people is very heightened. It's really a year that asks you to just be in flow, to not force, don't over try, just be in flow. Do as you have been doing. Do it in a way that feels very happy and flowy and exciting. Some of the shadow of a personal year 2 is that you might have a bit of oversensitivity to things that are going on around you, to people's comments, people's ideas. You just are very sensitive to the way people feel, and sometimes when we're not used to that sort of like sensitivity, we can overanalyze it and assume that it's our own emotions. So this is really a year when you start feeling any kind of like anxiety or worry, you need to ask yourself, is it your feeling that you're feeling, or are you picking up on someone else's? Because this is a very sensitive, intuitive year for you. Because you came off of a very like bold, action-oriented year 1, when we then move into the energy of the year 2, the slowness of it kind of scares us a bit, right? We're like, what's happening? Why is it slowing down? And this slowness is for you to really take a moment to look at, is it lining up the way you want, and make those little adjustments. Remember, a year 2 is all about balance, and balance makes sure that the boldness matches what we want. Sometimes we're so busy in the doing, we don't take a look and say, is this leading me down the road that I want? And so the year 2 asks you to slow down and asks you to really look at, is this most soul aligned for what your heart is really asking for? And to really speak and listen to your personal guidance and your intuition. Some of the things you can really focus on in year 2 is strengthening your intuition, working on things like whether it be sort of Automatic writing is a great way to connect in with your intuition. Meditation is an amazing way to connect in with your intuition. As a matter of fact, in my personal year planner that I have an add-on that you can add, which is a meditation about your future self. And in a year 2, that is such a beautiful time to do it because it's going to ask you to really slow down and tap into your heart and look at yourself from a future version of you, because it's really asking you to trust yourself and your inner guidance. You're going to find in a year 2 that you really deepen connections with other people. Whether it's something that you want to do or just happens to happen, it is a year that really asks you to connect in with other people and create a deep connection, not like a surface level connection, but a deep connection with the people that feel most aligned to you. Obviously, not everyone we meet, we're meant to have a deep connection, but the ones that really you feel really soul aligned with, those are the ones you're really supposed to expand that connection with. And the biggest thing in a year 2 is to trust the slower pace. Know that yes, this year slows you down quite a bit compared to your last year that was very busy and very moving forward. And sometimes that can make you feel a little scared and worried. And this is really asking you to trust something called divine timing. Know that everything happens the way it's supposed to happen, when it's supposed to happen. And sometimes the universe, our higher self, has a better plan for us. And by slowing down, we're able to really look at what we've been doing and making sure that it really aligns to what we want our future to look like. So a quick reminder for a personal year 2, kind of going back to the slowing down and divine timing. Remember, slow is not stopping. Slow is just aligning. And so if things seem like they're slowing down, know that it's not slowing down to stop. It's slowing down to realign, to make sure you're going in the right direction. Because you might just be a little bit off, and maybe you just need to be aligned by like 5 degrees. And that's going to bring you to the life that you really, really want. Another reminder is that your intuition is likely going to be much louder this year than what you've experienced in the past. And it's louder this year because it really wants you to listen. This is a year that really asks you to listen to your own guidance, your own intuition, your own inner knowing, because you are a very intuitive being. And in a year 2, it really asks you to connect in with that. And the third reminder is to remember that your relationships are mirrors. Whether we like what we see in the reflection or not, it is a mirror to who you are. And pay attention to that, right? If you have really amazing relationships, amazing. Pay attention to that. If you're having more challenging relationships right now, that's also amazing. Pay attention to that. In that mirror of reflection in these relationships, it really guides you to an area of growth for you. Because we're slowing down in a year 2, it really allows us to see that and feel that and make those little course corrections. So if you're loving your year 2, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. I've also right here have a whole series of all 9-year cycles. So if you want to take a look at your last year's or your next year's, click right here. You're going to have all 9 years listed right there. In addition to that, remember, I have a 60-page personal year planner, so you can really plan out and take full advantage of this soul-aligned intuitive year for you. Down in the description, I do have a link that will take you right there to be able to get that. In addition to that, I am offering one-on-one 45-minute divine numbers numerology readings where I combine numerology and Akashic records to really help you align to your soul's true path and purpose. So if you're interested in booking one of those readings, make sure you click the link down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Sending you a ton of love. Don't forget to hit a like on the little button down there and subscribe. See you soon. Bye.